Greetings, listeners. I'm your host and GM this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Twisted Gear Studios production of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. Last but left the crew, Xovak is dead. The control orrery destroyed with his dying breath. Kalos Prime now crumbles around the crew as they try and escape the planet.
Flinch ran out, but you swear that when you heard him run on out, he went, "I've got to save Tim!" on his way out, so he has now reached the end of the temple before you guys began leaving the chamber. What are you all going to do?
Run. Yep. we running.
We running?
Can I try and, observe, is the temple shaking, or is, the whole planet shaking?
Roll me a thing. Skill list up here. I mean, roll me a physical science check.
Oh, I don't know if I'm good at that.
Or survival.
I think I'm honestly awful at both of those. So.
Well, you pick whichever one you'd rather.
19. I rolled pretty well.
Wait,
19.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the temple is shaking. You see stones beginning to crumble from the ceiling, and some of the actual stonework architecture is actually collapsing and falling over if it's not pinned on both ends. But you get the feeling that it's larger scale than the temple. The planet itself is violently shaking.
Okay. We're leaving.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I don't. Just running.
All right.
Move,
Clippy. Ah!
What? I'm not going to be your pack?
Sure. I grab Clippy and I put him on my back.
Perfect.
Like a backpack.
Two of you got an interesting relationship.
Yep.
Greg's move speed is 45. He could be off planet by now.
He's gone. You don't know where Greg is. No.
I guess I'm taking the back.
Guess I'm taking up the rear.
One of our legs does not work very well, so.
I can carry both of them.
Nope, I don't want to be carried. Thank you.
She has some dignity. I don't. You could just sit on one forearm and Clippy can sit on the other.
I will not be carried. Thank you.
So as you guys are all running, Greg, you're the first one to make it out the front door of the temple. I'm assuming you're not waiting for the others. You're just running.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get on up, and you look down the staircase, and canyon. The stairs disappear at a certain point. You don't see your ship. You don't see Flinch. You see approximately several kilometers between you and the next bit of ground. And there's no stairs between you and it. And all of the tectonics of this planet seem to be shifting with magma spurting between some of them. The skyline is now this deep orange and red. And it looks like the sun is almost entirely devoured by the black hole next to it up in the sky.
Well, shit.
We're allowed to have one or two. It's fine.
So, is there any path away from the temple at all right now?
You could probably start walking. The temple itself is intact, and the landmass that it is on hasn't split apart yet.
Yeah.
But in terms of going forward, now you can go around the temple and see there's other parts that you can't see on this particular tectonic plate.
And going back inside the temple, it's literally falling down around my pointy ears.
Yeah, when you're watching the end of the Mummy when there's massive statues that are falling over and rocks falling from the ceiling. It's like that. So you can go back in there, but you'd be making don't hit me with the ceiling checks.
I don't need a large stone that can still fully crush my body. So
you're a little small.
Yeah. How far are the others behind me now?
Now, as soon as you sit there and go, you look back to try and see what's going on. I like the Three Stooges, and I also like old-fashioned Looney Tunes. So I need the order that you guys. So Cliptic, you don't get to make a roll on this.
Oh no, she's got the cursed dice.
Laurel, I need you to make an acrobatics check, and Greg, I need you to make a reflex saving throw.
Oh no.
12.
Okay.
17. I got 9 on the dice and I got a +8.
All right. Now, I need you to make another reflex saving throw, Greg, at -4. And I need you, Diantha, to make an athletics check, please.
Athletics?
Yes.
I'm not the worst at athletics.
That's a 4.
Athletics? I think it's 7.
I got a 16 on the
Acrobatics is 4,
dice
my athletics
plus
is 7.
4.
Oh.
+4 then -4, so 16.
No, I have +8 normally.
Oh, so 16
20.
plus 4 is 20. Okay.
12
That's a
athletics?
dirty 20.
12? That's good.
Okay.
So, Greg, as you're about to turn around, this hulking mass of lizard and insect smacks into your back, and you kind of put your arms up. Your feet get close to the edge, and then all of a sudden another mass hits the 3 of you. And you manage to hold all 3 people with your toes dangling over the edge, assuming you don't wear shoes. The toes of your shoes are hanging over the edge.
Yeah, there's like one toe poking out.
So, back up! Back up, please. Back up.
I'm gonna take.
I just kind of push
Okay.
Diantha behind me and back up, and I grab Greg by the scruff of his neck and like step back.
Yep.
The skin is smooth and rather.
I'm gonna crawl
Baby-like.
off of Laurel's back because we can't run anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't. I don't know how.
Can't go forward, can't go back.
So
Sideways?
we go around.
I want y'all to make a perception check.
Okay. Oh no.
Ooh,
You roll a 1?
I did.
You're looking at the floor trying to like tightrope walk, even though there's plenty of room on the right side of you, but you're tightrope walking on the edge
Okay.
because danger is your mistress.
Natty 20!
Natty 20?
Not natural 20.
Dirty 20, as
Yeah.
Bailey likes to call it.
Well,
I'm gonna keep
literally,
that from
actually,
now on
I
forever.
rolled 10 on the dice, and I have 10 for perception. So yeah,
So dirty 20.
yeah,
that
dirty
counts.
20.
I rolled a 4 on the dice, but I do have +12, so 16.
All right.
He
So
has-
as you
he
guys
has big
are, so
eyes.
Greg, you're kind of beginning to walk around. Cliptick and Diantha, you're behind Laurel, and you just see her tightrope walking along the edge of what clearly isn't a tightrope walk-sized bit of land. It's a little odd, but
There's an edge. Don't want to fall down the edge.
Just take a step back.
What?
Just ground behind.
Oh, right. Okay.
anyway, as you guys are having this conversation, Diantha and Cliptick, you see that there is a starship that is coming down towards you in your direction. You kind of squint at it, and it's heading towards you. When you squint at it, Diantha, you're the only one that recognizes it as the ship that you, not the ship that you crash landed on the planet in, the one you arrived in the system with.
So our ship.
Your meteor is currently on its way to you.
Okay. I'm gonna. I don't have a flare or anything, but I want to notify that they're coming. So I'll take I guess, a frag grenade and just throw it in the air to try and that's my best thing for a flare gun. I don't have a flare gun. That's all I got. But
Okay.
Can I? Okay.
So you guys, out of nowhere, you just suddenly, you guys are like trying to figure out a way to go, and Diantha, out of nowhere, just takes a grenade and throws it in the sky.
What?
Roll an attack for me, please.
oh god. Okay. I would have thrown it so that if it does come back down, it's not going to come back down on us. I
So
will
you just
say
throw
that
it
right
out
now.
in the air? Well, just don't roll the one.
With an arc. That's what
don't
I'm
roll
saying. With an arc. That's a
Not one?
not a 1. It's a 5.
That's not a one, so you're fine.
Okay.
So you kind of go juggle a little bit and then just toss it like half-assed up into the air as a little low arc. But you guys just randomly see Diantha just chuck a grenade.
What were you throwing that at?
Up there, there's a ship. It's our ship flying down. We need to.
Bang! Grenade blows up.
I go on the comm. Tim, is that you? Your name's Tim, right? Okay, Tim's dead.
Is there any indication that the ship has seen the frag grenade go off?
Looking up, its back is towards you. It doesn't seem, it's arcing around the building, but it doesn't look like it's reacting to the explosion of the grenade at all.
Can I use energy ray and try to make like a fire thing, like a flare, to be like,
Sure.
hey, we're here.
Do you have to roll anything for that?
Um,
I think it's just you just rolled a hit, right? So for
11 plus wisdom plus level spell.
so then I won't even get you to roll for that. You're just shooting a beam of light into the
Yeah,
sky.
essentially, it's fireball.
Cliptic puts his hand up to the sky and shoots out this beam of light, and at that point, you watch as the meteor makes a sharper turn in the vicinity of your direction and becomes heading towards you.
We need to start meeting up with it. We need to go closer to it. We need to
Yeah, can it land?
find
Do we
it.
think it can land?
For that one, I'll get someone to roll a survival check. Whoever feels like they're most likely to roll a survival check.
I have a +7 to survival.
I have +6.
I have a
Looks
plus
like-
12.
Okay, Greg.
Yeah.
We just skill check,
I have
have
a
Greg
+1.
do it.
Well, considering she's also the pilot too. Or
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on the dice, so 14.
Greg kind of like scratches his non-existent shin beard. That way.
Like 1.
There's not a lot of really large landing areas on this rock that you're currently standing on. However, there is a bit of a crevice, or there's a bit of a notch between two of the branching arms from the temple. It won't be enough for the ship to land, but it will be enough for the ship to get close, drop its hangar doors, and you guys could jump across and into it.
All right, let's do
All right.
that.
Yep.
Yep.
Run.
So you guys go to a spot, and sure enough, the meteor comes on down. It doesn't seem to be shooting you, so it obviously is not, hating
Pretty
on
good
you.
since we threw a grenade at it.
She threw a grenade
I'm kidding.
off into the
I'm
distance.
kidding.
I could not hit a ship that far away.
No, I could
if
not.
no matter what I rolled.
That would have been funny, though.
Yeah,
It would have been
funny.
amazing, except
right.
also we'd all die.
Ship comes on in, and the hangar bay door, sure enough, opens up and then drops. There's now a bit of a gap. Yeah, that's not very good. So yeah, there's about a 5-foot gap between the hangar bay door and your jump. So you guys will have to make athletics checks to get out of the ship.
I'm jumping on Laurel's back.
So you get a -2.
Oh shit. Okay.
Would you
yeah.
rather I throw you? I can throw you.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
All right, you watch as Laurel just grabs Cliptic by the back of the neck. Roll me an athletics check for this one.
Who is? 16.
So you watch as you're like, maybe I shouldn't jump on you. Just
Here we
grabs you
go.
by the back of the neck and just hucks you with one arm. Amuse me. Roll a reflex saving throw.
Oh no.
Amuse me.
Toss me.
I cannot make the jump. You'll have to toss me.
Oh,
Right inside of your
yes,
sheet?
yep. Okay. 12.
You fall on your face.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dantha.
Before I jump on, can I scan the ship? Because I know this ship fairly well. Is it like it looks like our ship? Like
I
everything
won't even
about
get you
it?
to roll for it because of how familiar you are.
Yeah.
It is the one you entered the system with.
Okay,
You want a boost?
I will. We'll see. I'm gonna try to jump by myself. That's pretty good. That's
pretty good. That's a
I'm adding
19.
athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics.
26.
She just jumps across and sticks the landing.
Does a
alongside.
ballerina twirl in the middle.
Throw me. Just because it's more fun.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
This is where she rolls a 1.
Ooh, nope. 24.
24.
Oh. Sorry.
Laurel grabs you by the scruff of your neck and, with a little bit too much force, hurls you into the ship. There's a bit of a to your gums and your cheeks as you fly through the air.
It
and
doesn't
you
help
realize,
that I'm grinning pretty big.
as you go on through the ship. Make me a laugh and roll me a reflex saving throw. I think it's funny.
I got a 17 on the dice plus 8, so 25.
That's pretty good.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. There's a crate right in front of you. You are able to land on the crate sideways with your feet and then just sit on your
Sit
butt.
down.
Yeah. All right, Laurel.
I'm going to jump.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do like a running jump. Back up a bit. Go. What am I rolling? Athletics?
Yep.
18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She jumps. Boom. Not superhero landing because it was an 18 and Laurel is smart. Well, it's 18, so Laurel knows physically
There
what'll
we
happen
go.
to her knees.
Yeah.
So Laurel sticks a landing, and now you are all on the meteor.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
I'm going to take up, if this is our ship, I'm going to take up my position on the bridge as science officer.
All right. So do you all run up to the bridge?
I'm gonna, over the comm, I'm gonna be like, Flinch, Tim, are you both on here? Can we leave? Who's flying my baby?
Greg's on his way to the
Run to the
the
bridge.
seat.
So all of you under the bridge?
Yep, for Flinch.
All right. You head on up to the bridge. When you open up the bridge, so as you guys are getting out of the hangar bay, the door actually closes on its own, and you feel the ship veering off and heading out towards the atmosphere. You head on up to the bridge, and when you open up the door, there's already a complement of crew in here. You see an older Lashunta-looking guy sitting in what's normally your chair, Diantha. There is a large Vesk with an eye patch sitting in Grek's chair. Couple of there's a human in your seat there, Cliptic. No, there's no one in your seat, Cliptic, and there is a human in your seat, the gunnery seat, Laurel. But there's only 3 people in this room.
I pull my gun out. Who are you?
Greg goes over and gets into the lap of the Vesk and starts pushing buttons.
As you the
Best booster seat I ever had.
Can I walk over to my seat? Is all the duct tape and everything still there? From
the duct tape's all on your sheet.
Oh, good. It's still the same.
The shooter sitting in the chair is like, Tex, you're gonna want to just get off the seat. Let the goblin fly the ship. Trust me, it'll work out better that way.
Do I recognize any of these people?
For roll a culture check.
What was it? A Vesk?
And a Lashunta.
Culture. 7. That's
7?
Not great.
I'll say with a 7 that the Lashunta's voice sounds oddly familiar, but they're old. They're really old.
Okay.
So as soon as he says, Tex, get out of the chair and go, the Vesk stands on up with you on its lap, and you just fall out of its lap and walks away.
Can I, as he's getting up, kind of put my hands on the console and do a little handstand to let him get up, and then put my feet back down onto the seat?
Yes. Yay! Cool with that. You're wearing a loincloth, aren't you?
Oh, always. Always.
You just hear this.
Pretty quickly.
A little bit of a show.
The Vesk, the eye-patched Vesk stands on up and kind of looks at all of you guys a little bit disgruntled, but then goes and... is anyone sitting in the gunnery seat?
I'm not
Someone
sitting
was already
anywhere.
there.
Well, there's a human.
I'm pointing a gun
there.
at that person.
Yeah, who?
The human's like, well, okay. I will just not do that instead. And she gets up, and the Vesk goes, let's go make sure nothing boards us. And then the Vesk grabs... one thing you notice about the Vesk is that the Vesk and the human are both female, and grabs the humans by the shoulder. The two of them actually leave the bridge.
What is going on?
Just take a seat, otherwise we're probably not going to make it out of here alive. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. I put my gun away and sit down.
I'm sitting down in my science officer chair, waiting for
Deanthony, you're sitting there looking at this. What are you going to do?
Well, what I understand is that the ship that we land on was not our ship. So is it possible the ship that we land on is their ship and somehow we swapped ships at some point?
So you guys are sitting there, and while Diantha is Zach Galifianakising there in the bridge. So while you sit there and contemplate all these things, everyone has gone to their seats. Greg, I'm going to start with you in this particular instance.
Okay.
So now you're in the pilot seat. This is great.
Yeah.
This is not great. I want to leave. You look outside the window and you see that there are plumes of lava being shot from the planet's crust. There's a lot of obstructions between you and getting the hell out of here.
Oh, that's a lot of magma.
Oh my god.
Actually, it's lava if it's above the ground.
That's a lot of
Say the
lava.
teacher.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
It was...
Well, I mean, the crust is cracking open, so it may as well be magma.
That's a lot of hot shit. There you go.
Piloting check to get us the
Yes,
F out of here.
roll me a piloting check, please.
I got a 15 on the dice, plus 12, 14.
So 29? You rolled
Something like
29?
that, yeah.
Something like
I'm
that?
not mathing it out.
Holy crap. Alright, so, Greg, your little extension pedals, your wooden blocks that you tie to your feet to hit the pedals of the ship, they've just moved inside. You just put those on and just floor it. You go on up. Laurel sitting in the combat chair.
Yep.
There are several bits of debris that are launching up into Greg's way. Greg's able to get through most of them, but I'm going to need you to make a quick combat check to shoot rocks out of the sky and see how much damage the ship sustains.
It's a 22.
22?
Mm-hmm.
That is enough to knock a couple of rocks out of the sky. There will be minimal damage. Anything that does hit the ship just bounced off the shield. Fine. So we've had that full round turn. Ecliptic, is there anything that you would like to do while Grek is trying desperately to get you off of this exploding planet?
For the most part, essentially, if we got hit by this, we'd be either under the ship or in front of the ship. Yes.
Likely.
So can I balance shields that it would be where the brunt if we got hit?
Yeah, roll a
where it
computer's check.
would be? That would be 14.
I believe that is enough. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, you're able to reallocate the shields down so that so it's not all of your shields, but more of your shields now on the dorsal part of your ship,
Yep.
protecting you from the heat of the planet. Nice.
Yep.
Not any question. Just Ecliptic also just goes, all right, Deantha, you're standing there still Zach Galifianakising. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm unsure. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try and, like, I'm just going to keep, like, looking at these 3 people we don't know who are in our ship.
Well, the human and the Vesk actually left.
Oh, they left, so it's just the...
There's just the old
Lashunta.
Lashunta.
who's in my spot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to fight that guy yet, right now. That's not what I'm concerned
Yet.
about right now.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna, like, what is your name? Who are you? How did you get onto this ship?
He's kind of like, you can tell that he's a little bit more distracted with what's in front of him right now, but he kind of looks at you and points at the empty chair. He's like, would you mind asking me that later?
No, I'm asking you right now. You can give me your name at the very least.
So you're like, you can call me Kovo. Now sit your ass down, would you?
Absolutely not. This is my ship. You can move and get on my spot.
God. So these two are scrapping while the 3 of you are sitting in your chairs.
Yeah, die, rocks, die.
I'm just making sure the shields are okay. Is there a way that I can like move the ship so that they end up falling into chairs?
Roll a piloting check.
This will be like when I roll a 1. And it'll still be 15 if I do that.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5 on the dice. So that's 19.
All right, so you
8,
basically jerk the ship
12.
in such a way that nobody is like moved from their spot, but Deantha, you feel it's like as if Grek were next to you poking your shoulder. It's enough that you feel the shake and you look at Grek knowing full well that it's him trying to get your
And
attention.
he's flying, he's not looking forward, he's looking back at you. It's like
You should probably sit down because I'm not going to make this better. I do up the
I'm
straps.
like, I'll wait for my chair, thank you.
She always like this.
Yes. Yes.
Gets up off the chair.
Thank you very much. I sit down.
He gets up, he just waves his arms there, and this is portly Lashunta. Just grumbles, and then he sits in the empty chair. All right, Grek. On this new round of things, you're trying to plan out where you guys are headed. There's actually a course already laid into your nav system, but as you're leaving the planet, what would you like to do?
So I'm leaving the planet?
Yeah, you don't have a lot of time. You kind of get the idea that the planet's about to go boom.
I would say that I'd probably hit drift because that's the easiest way to escape to go boom.
Perfect. As you leave the atmosphere of the planet, you feel this isn't you doing this. The ship is dragging very heavily to the right.
There's still a black hole.
And as you look, the planet wasn't so much shaking apart as you see it being pulled in piece by piece into the black hole. And now your ship is getting dragged into it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to need you to roll another piloting check, please. Good luck.
Don't say it like that.
Well, I'm saying it like that.
Got to rid of that drift.
I rolled a 14 on the dice.
Plus 14,
Plus
so
14.
28.
So 28.
It is with that the ship, you can all feel your stomachs being pulled starboard as the ship is veering port. And there's this weird, it's like, oh god. This feels like, you know when you have like the really bad stomach cramps? It's like that.
Oh.
But you feel like your faces are being torn in a couple of different directions and stretched out. It's like, this sucks! And without even thinking of it, you hit drift to the coordinates in question.
Yep.
And boom, and the ship just launches out of this particular solar system, and the pressure is relieved off of all of your bodies.
Sweet.
Rather quickly. In drift, there is this weird moment. I need everyone but Diantha to roll me willpower saving throws.
Oh.
Why aren't I rolling one?
23.
14.
22. I got a 16 on the dice.
All right, Laurel passes out. Grek and Cliptic. I'm pretty sure I have a bit of a stutter. I don't know. Anyway, so Grek and Cliptic, you guys feel that something about drift is wrong.
Okay.
Normally, you go into drift, you do feel like a bit of a shift. You are literally changing planes of existence when you travel through drift, and there's a bit of a effect that it has on you. But it's just become commonplace. You don't really think about it. But the effect that drift is having on you right now is really pulling at your psyche. You are able to push yourselves through it. Diantha, you don't feel this, but you see Laurel just kind of, all three of them, their eyes kind of roll back in their heads. And Laurel actually succumbs and passes out onto her console. Greg shakes it off, and as does Cliptic. The Lashunta seems to be like you, unaffected.
That's odd. I'll run over to Laurel and try and wake her up.
Okay. I'll come back to Cliptic and Greg in a minute here. So you go over to Laurel. Roll a medicine check, please.
Okay. How's my medicine? I don't think it's very good. I have a 2. Great. Let's see. What's a 12? It could be worse.
12. She's alive. She seems to be healthy. There's nothing.
Well, I'm pretty
except
beat
for
up from the
wounds
fight.
that she's got from having just gotten the crap beat out of her by Xovak. But you notice that her breathing is very slow. It doesn't seem to be affecting her vitals in any way, except that everything about her being seems to be moving slowly.
Can I look at these two? Are they also moving like slowly?
Yes.
Is everything okay? Are you how are you feeling?
They don't respond to you.
Okay. I'll stand in front of them and like wave my hello, like are you good? Like
They still seem to be trying to regain their consciousness from almost passing out like Laurel.
okay, and that Lashunta's still in the room, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what this is all about?
Shit. Did any of you pick up one of these? And he holds up the little glass orb similar to the one that you had.
Oh yeah, I pull it out. I have one. What is this? Why is this important?
All right. I have assumptions as to what I think is going on. So let me see if I can recap what happened recently. So you will have just landed on Kairos Prime.
Kairos Prime.
You fought with Xovak, and he kicked your asses, and now you're running away from the situation, correct?
No, that's not right. Well, part of it was right, but not all of it. Xovak is dead. We killed him.
He's like stunned for like a solid 10 seconds.
Well, no, we did land on this planet and we fought Xovak, but he's dead. We killed him and we ran away because the planet was exploding. That's why we're running away. How did you know that?
Tax! He gets up and he opens the door and he just books it out. He's like, Tax, holy shit! He's like cheering and running as he goes. At that moment,
The look of
the
stun on
meteor
your face is great.
drops out of drift rather violently.
Oh, jeez.
Grek and Cliptic, all you remember is going into drift, and it's almost as if the drift didn't work, because you know when you like really rev up an engine and then it just suddenly stops when you stall a vehicle. All you remember is going into drift and then it's snapping you into a new solar system, and now you are above this small occupied moon.
Are you guys okay?
Did we drift?
Oh, that's what. Wait, no! Too many voices.
Oh my god, your voice! Are you feeling okay?
Good to find out who he is.
No, we
New
went
body, who dis?
I almost did this stupid. What was the short little alien?
The Skittermander voice.
Skittermander voice.
Did we drift?
Yeah, we went into drift. We dropped out pretty quickly though. Are you feeling okay?
Would we feel like we had like a headache? Like you know how like motion sickness?
No,
I'm
you
perfectly
feel
fine.
perfectly fine.
Greg sniffs his armpits.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
You guys, you were in a daze for a while. It's like almost like you'd slow down.
I don't remember that.
And Laurel passed out. I don't know how to wake her up, but
She's still passed out?
She's slowly she's enjoying her nap.
Yep.
I'm
Snoring
gonna
now.
get up, and I'm going to, with my little buggy arms, try and shake her awake.
Laurel, you can do with that information whatever you will. You get to make the choice on that one.
Doesn't work.
That's a 1 on the dice. I'm gonna slap her.
You can do with this information what you will, Laurel. There's nothing impeding your consciousness.
Okay, that wakes me up.
Wake up! What?
also
Good. What? You're alive. And then I'm just gonna walk away.
Ow.
well also
He hit me in like a bit that had been stabbed, so.
some information before he comes back. That Kovo Lashunti individual, he said he knew who we were and why we were here, but he thought that Xovak had won the fight and we were running away, is what he thought.
I look around the bridge. Well, where'd he go?
He ran to go get Tex, which was, I don't know if that was the human or the...
That's
think
that
that was
other
the
vest.
vest.
That's the vest. Well, let's go. So I start leaving the bridge. Going
I'm
where
also
Kovo
going
went.
to follow Laurel because I'm just as confused, and right now I feel safe, so I think it'll be fine. Right? I'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Greg starts
we
to
run-
follow, but then realizes that someone still needs to pilot the ship, so he stays
Yeah.
on the bridge.
Are you gonna land it or?
You can just set it in a stable orbit and then.
Where
Oh.
can I land it?
There's an occupied planet in front of you. Actually, as you wake up, Laurel,
Oh, okay.
I don't need you to roll anything. You recognize this planet right away. It's Vesk 11.
Sorry, I wrote that down in my notes.
Oh, okay. All right. How do you?
So then instead, instead of leaving, I was like, "Why are we here?"
I don't know, why are we here? Greg?
There were coordinates in the thing, and I just went for them because the last place was exploding with magma.
Where is here?
Well, we're in the Vesk Imperium.
I'm sorry, what?
We're in the what now?
We're in the Vesk Empire.
That's not good.
Yes, it is. Well, no, it isn't.
Greg just slowly starts turning the ship.
What is your history with this place?
Oh, I've been here before, but no. Who put in the coordinates then?
It must have been one of the other individuals who were piloting our ship. How did they get onto our ship to begin with?
We should ask them that.
I tried and they made me sit down.
Well, let's go ask them again.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, and I'm gonna follow, basically everybody, because...
Now I'm leaving the bridge.
So everyone leaves, and Greg's just sitting in the chair looking backwards at you all.
Yeah, I start making origami again.
Greg, don't get too close. The satellites will pick you up.
What?
There are no satellites.
There are no satellites.
I'm already gone.
Yeah. You're by yourself, Greg. I'm sorry.
I start making a satellite origami.
Okay. So the three of you.
You could just put it in.
You all head down in your guys'
Label it and then-
mess hall,
Oh,
where
yeah.
there's chairs made of cardboard and not a whole lot going on. You see that the Vesk, the human, and the Lashunta are having a conversation. They seem very perplexed by the situation. The human, however, seems very, very excited. Like, I told you this is how it would happen.
That doesn't make any sense.
Hello, what is going on? You need to explain some. How did you know who we were?
Why are you on our ship?
And who are you?
Greg's not there.
It's a lot of questions. Well, my name's... you can all refer to me as Kovo. For now, I'll answer to that one.
He pushes his hand around the older female Vesk with the eye patch. Tex. You can call me Tex. And the human, Farah. And then puts her hand out. I need all three of you to roll culture checks, except Deantha, you get it at +5.
Not great.
As another natural one.
Humans, they all look the same, man. That's racist.
Dirty 20.
30-20, that's not bad.
13.
13? That's with a +5, damn. The you two, Cliptic and Deantha. Farah, if you didn't know any better, it's an older woman. Could be 75, 80-year-old Farah Argus. There's probably got to be more than one Farah in the world, though.
Okay. But that doesn't make sense. Sorry, Farah. What was your name again?
Farah
Do you have a last name?
Argus.
And this is 75 or 80-year-old?
You get the feeling that she's around that age, yeah.
How is that? How are
That's
you?
funny. We know someone with that name.
Laurel, it's gone right over her head.
Laurel. Reminder, we just went through a time shift.
Yeah, but we broke it. It's done now.
No.
No, the black hole was not like that when we got to the planet. Time has moved in some direction, not sure. I'm assuming forward.
I'm going to interject here. So, were you a captain?
Oh, yes, I was actually.
Of what
I
ship?
probably will have already met you all at this point, haven't I?
Yes, but so why didn't? Is that how you know us? Is that you've met us before?
Well, not you, but you, yes. It's very complicated. And as she's saying that, Greg, I need you to roll a computer's check.
Okay.
While you're there folding origami. Take a -2 because you're not actually watching for it.
Aww.
You're playing origami. I
Maybe
can't
that
make
means
this
I
up.
only get a +9.
Oh, Jesus. Take a -. No, I'm kidding.
7 on the dice, so 16 total.
Fucking hell. With that, yeah, that's enough to see. The sensors on the ships are going beep, 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 beep. There is pretty big army coming this direction.
Like-
Not from the planet.
No?
Nope.
Push a button.
Hello, is anybody there?
Is
You
that
just hear
internal,
Greg's
or
voice
is
over
that
the intercom.
Yeah. Is there something going on, Greg?
Yeah, there's a bunch of ships. They're coming from the planet, and I usually assume in large groups,
I start running. back
massive
the bridge.
levels of destruction will be happening.
Laurel runs up to the bridge, and you see, as you're still having this conversation with yourself there, Greg, in the intercom, Laurel busts into the room.
And I don't really think that we should
Who are
probably
they?
stay. Oh, you're here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I can scan for that.
Roll a
Okay.
computer's check with no -2s.
I got 14 on the dice.
So 25? Gotcha. All right. Good lord. It is a swarm invasion.
Oh my god. Pushes the button.
So I think that we're going to be leaving, and you don't get to have a say.
No, we're shooting them.
We need
I
to
sit
go.
down
We
the
don't.
gunnery and I start.
They're not within weapons range. They're quite a far ways away.
We should
Enough
leave.
time that you could warn the planet below.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I am an insect, do I get a certain vibe, or do I feel a certain vibe like that?
Do you want to tap into that side of yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Because technically speaking, Sheeran are disconnected from the hive. That
Yeah.
was a different instance. Someone was invading your mind.
That's right.
If you want, you can try and reach out and tap into those ancient or ancestral roots.
Sense of familiar
I don't like your
foreboding.
face because your face is telling me that if I succeed, something bad's gonna happen. to
Or
me.
fail. I don't know. You want to try it?
Sure.
All right.
What am I rolling?
Willpower saving throw. Actually,
Well, it's 28. No, takes backsies.
I was gonna say wisdom and then willpower, but
Nope, 28.
all right. You reach out and you can sense. Now they're far enough away that you can't shoot them. You can sense them through like ship sensors.
Yep.
You do. It's enough to sense that they are present. It is in fact swarm, but beyond that, you can't get any specifics. You have to
Okay.
actually be in the swarm to really get some. Like be in the physical vicinity of them to kind of get
Yeah, that
anything
makes
more specific than that. You know, like you're not an interstellar Jedi like Luke Skywalker. Come on.
Damn it. Go on.
We should probably inform the planet below if that something is coming.
Are you guys all on the bridge now?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
say we probably ran up with the fact that there's a swarm.
Yeah. So everyone, including your 3 guests, all head on up to the bridge. What do you guys gonna do?
Warn the planet below.
Yep.
me to call him up.
Yep. Get on the comms, warn him. D, you do it.
Okay, I'll call up the planet. Whatever, the local.
Okay.
I don't think you're a Vesk. Maybe it should be you. I don't think they would respond.
Then
well
Tex
to
do
me.
it.
Tex, how are you with diplomacy? I'll do it. I'll call.
One-eyed Tex with a bunch of scars just looks at you.
Never mind.
I
I'll
mean,
do it.
she is a lot more respectable
Can you
than
both
you
just
are right
maybe
now.
stand
But
nearby to show that I'm not just some random human? You need to just be in the frame.
just call them.
I'm calling them. I call them. I call.
All right. As that's happening, I need Greg, Laurel, and Kleptic to roll fortitude saving throws.
Oh, fantastic.
This is all happening in the background while this conversation happens.
14.
I'm not as good at this
25.
one.
25?
Ooh, I got 15 on the dice. So is it poison or disease?
No.
18 total.
Okay. Kleptic and Greg, you begin feeling like just all of the muscles in your body are tensing. Laurel, you're not feeling anything yet. Deantha, so you call up the planet below. How do you start your communication?
This is a warning to anyone on the planet below. You have a swarm incoming. This is a warning.
When you say that, the response. Roll me a diplomacy check.
I'm very good at diplomacy.
Yes, you are, but I pray you good luck.
Okay. So I can empty 6 diplomacy rolls. That's 9 plus 8, which is 17 plus 4.
21.
21.
Okay. You see the screens on the ship register that you have been locked onto,
Oh.
and the response you get is,
You have invaded the Viscarium Empire. Explain to us why this isn't a trick for you to invade our location.
Because we are one very small ship you would destroy in about 2 seconds, and there is a massive army coming your way. All we want is a warning, and we will be out of your hair.
yeah, roll another diplomacy check. Or that might be intimidation. Yeah, roll me intimidation.
I'm better at intimidation, so I hope
that might
so.
not matter, actually.
16 plus intimidate, 27.
Yeah, a natural 20 beats it, though. Natural 20 plus 9. So... And I'm rolling 2 separate dice, and they both rolled up natural 20. Okay?
No way!
So, I can't make this up. Okay. So I guess it doesn't really matter what your guys' armor class is. As you say that, the radio chat is cut, and a planetary anti-aerial weapon is fired at the meteor, and you are struck with a critical hit. Yes. Let me get some... No, not those stats. That being said, you're actually 46. So I roll 46 in the critical damage chart. Your engines have been struck.
Call them again. Okay.
Yeah. Your capacity for drift has been removed. And, yeah, you don't have a lot of places to go right now. So it struck again, and comm's been cut.
Call them again.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to land somewhere at some point here soon.
We need to land.
Okay, we'll land, but still, you have to warn them. You have to call them again. Get them back on the line.
Call them again.
Ask for Captain Foreman. Just do it.
Okay, fine. I call them.
Am I
Call
able
again.
to balance shields to where the damage was? That's not hit again.
It doesn't... you can put them towards the aft end of the ship if you want. Yeah.
Towards where the planet is.
That's the front of your ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then, Storm's behind you, and the planet's in front of you. Roll a computer check real quick. Deantha, you gonna try and call again?
Yes.
Roll a diplomacy check
Who am I asking
with a
for?
-2.
You're asking for Captain Hanette Convorman.
Captain Hanette Conformant.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good roll. That's 19 plus 4, which is 23.
-2.
-2 is 21, plus my diplomacy
Yeah.
is 29.
Damn. What'd you get there?
25.
25?
Yeah.
Yeah, so shields are put towards the front. The response you hear back is,
How do you know that name?
I have connections. We need to speak to him.
Her.
We need to speak to her.
While this is going on, I'm going to actually use
No, I'm not going to. I'm actually going to get up and I'm going to push her in front of the screen that she's visually seen.
It's only been audio that they're
it's
sending.
only been audio?
Yeah, it's only been audio they're sending. Yeah.
Fine.
Cryptic's just like pushing at you, and you're like a rock.
What are you doing? You should go talk to them.
All three of you roll fortitude saving throws.
Me included or no?
No. The three that have weird drift moments.
19.
19?
26.
Pilots only get a 5.
This is not going well.
Literally, fortitude is like the lowest thing on my sheet.
How'd you get there, Laurel?
26.
26. Again?
Yep. No, the last time I think it was a 24.
What'd you get,
have
Cryptic?
fortitude.
19.
19. So the ship, the individual on the radio gives you coordinates for a dock that you can land at, and gives you permission to land. But the response is,
We will have guns on you. You veer from the course at any direction, at any point, we shoot you right out of the sky.
That's fine. Our ship's engines are broken. It might be a rough landing, but we will come in.
Clippy, get a recording of that army. Or like a scan or something that we can show them.
Like you want me to scan for the army, because I can do that. Scan. Can I scan?
roll a computer's check.
Oh, sick. 25.
25. Now, before I take that, I want you to roll initiative real quick. Yeah, roll your initiative.
20.
That's higher than me. Okay, that's fine. So you are able to register that, yeah, you scanned that there is a massive army of Swarm, probably the largest that you've ever seen.
And I'm recording it too.
Yep, you log in that data, and then you pass out. Onto your console. Greg,
Okay.
you set a course for the landing pad, and then you pass out in your chair.
Okay.
Shoot.
The ship starts to go.
When you fly a plane,
Tex is like,
my
oh,
ship?
shit. Goes and lifts Greg out of the chair, just puts him on the floor and sits in the chair and starts to try and veer the ship out of whatever the heck's going on with it. That's a good check. Alright, so Tex is able to stabilize the ship as it's going there.
bring it into these coordinates.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Laurel,
Yep.
you're starting to bob your head. Another Constitution saving throw.
Another.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 14.
That's a 14?
Yeah.
That one's not good. Okay, so at this point, you begin to slowly, like, move around. The ship's not, like, shaking around, but you are having a hard time staying on your feet.
God, what is happening? Why? What? Do you have more of these? I pull out the little.
No, we just figured that you would have found enough of them on the planet.
I don't know what they are.
Then the ship starts going beeping and alarming. So your two friends passed out. When we're piloting, check to see if Tex can land. And Tex goes, I can either concentrate or I can answer your questions.
Get down there.
That's not a good roll.
Is that
The
a
ship begins
leadership
to
check?
kind of veer off to the side and things
Can I
like
use
that.
a ship ability?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna use demand. I'm going to demand that.
So I get a +4 at the risk of them disliking
get
you?
it. Yep. You need to get down there now.
That's really cocked. I'm gonna do that again. There's, as you're below the atmosphere.
So I have to succeed an intimidate check.
Oh yeah, so you roll your thing before I see what this roll actually.
It's not a 20, so yep.
Okay, that's fair. All right, that's fair. So as you go on through, there is a small military base that you've been told to land at, and a small village next to it. There's not a whole lot on this moon at this point. But as they're landing, they didn't roll all too well. And they're kind of, it's a guessing game as to whether they're going to land in the military base or in the village. One or the other.
Which one are we supposed to land at?
Military base.
Okay, you need the military bases are ready to be.
Yep, I'm trying my best.
Your best isn't good enough.
One more fortitude saving throw from you there, Laurel.
21.
21. You pass out.
Whoa.
Laurel just suddenly just falls flat on their
Oh,
face and
for-
just bang.
God. Okay. Why is this happening?
I can explain it in a second. She didn't roll very well. The ship narrowly avoids the central like courtyard of the village, and then kind of skims the top of a couple of little cottages in the like the
That's going to be
central
expensive.
the town, and then hits the ground, goes right into the fence, into the military base, and you guys come to a very sudden halt. Some sparks are flying off the ship.
Not a great first entrance, and I guess I'll walk over to the thing, and I'm immediately put my hands up, like, because I know they're gonna be unhappy with us
Okay.
as this door opens.
I need Cliptic, Grek, and Laurel to pass me your character sheets, please.
Oh no! What? What is happening?
That one's Cliptic.
Wait.
That one's Laurel.
Oh no.
And that one's Greg. Greg, I'll talk about yours on the break. All right. Diantha, when you get out of your chair, all three of them, their armor is there, and so are they, but they no longer fit their armor. They are significantly smaller in size.
No, you didn't.
You should see the stats on this sheet.
What?
You didn't.
Do they still look like?
Want to roll a medicine
themselves?
check?
I guess.
Yeah, you can try.
What do they look like?
They look like themselves, but a lot, like
Are they
their facial
small?
features are smoother, they're smaller.
Younger.
Roll a medicine check.
My skin couldn't have been smoother.
Oh no! 13 plus 15?
Yeah, if you were to hazard a guess, they're a lot younger.
Children.
They're kids.
Oh, I did not sign up for babysitting.
Except Cliptic. Cliptic's a little bit older than the other two, but not by much.
Pretty old.
Now, Greg's super young. He's a goblin, for God's sake.
Greg is crying like a baby.
Oh god.
Oh no.
It's so precious.
I have never had to work with children before in my life.
So what do you do?
I guess how young are they?
Tex sits there and goes, oh, shit.
Are we awake?
Oh, yeah, the three of you are awake now, yeah, but you are children.
Do
So-
we remember what happened?
How old was Laurel?
So Greg is a
Early
baby.
20s.
Early 20s? You are able to cognitively remember, but you are basically 11 years old.
Oh my god, shut that goblin up!
Oh no!
How
Oh
old am
no!
I?
Oh no!
How old were you before you started?
I think I was something like.
Yeah, so yeah, you might be...
I'm an infant.
You're an infant. Yeah, you're definitely a baby.
I guess I'd pick up baby Greg.
You're gonna want to put a diaper on that.
Cliptic is very definitively still cognitive. They obviously look younger, and their stuff is still a little bit baggy on them, but Cliptic is... You're still relatively assistable.
This is hell.
Like,
This is
Greg
hell.
literally is a small green thing with a very large mouth.
Yeah,
like,
I think I pick up Greg, but I don't know how to. I've never had to hold a baby before, so I'm like, I don't. I think by the scruff.
He
Like
just
I'm like, I don't know
opens
what.
his mouth and points at it.
I'm not doing that. I don't know what you are.
You are definitely gonna want to put a diaper on that.
It doesn't say in the book how old you are. Your race can be. I'll have to figure it out later. But anyway, so yeah, they're all significantly younger.
I guess I like try and take like some extra fabric and like swaddle Greg and like hold him.
Am
and
I awake?
I'll go and like
Yes.
they won't shoot someone with a baby, so I'll go and
It's a goblin
Your first
baby.
thought is to use Greg as a baby shield? Even Texas sitting there going, that's cold.
I have never had to look at a baby before in my life. I don't know how to. Do you know how to use a baby?
Use a baby.
I might be useless at a lot of things, but I know for a fact that you don't use babies. They kind of use you, but
Greg starts chewing on your finger.
I don't like this.
it's almost like there's gravy innately in his spit.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
You begin to hear explosions and screaming from outside.
I go and open the door. I give the baby to Tex, and I go and open
Text
the
like,
door.
oh God.
You two, young children, go to the back of the ship.
I don't wanna!
I don't care, you have to.
I'm not gonna just because you tell me to.
I will count to 3, and you better be at the back of that ship by the time I get to 1.
No! Sit down.
3.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna
2.
grab her, like you know how people like grab people underneath the arms, and I'm gonna start dragging her to the back. Kicking and screaming, I'm now bigger than you.
And in the background, you just hear this very slight.
I go and open the door, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Please don't shoot me. I have 3 children on board, and I don't know why.
So as you put your hands up and you go to the door, Farah grabs you and pulls you down underneath one of the crates. So you've left them up on the bridge with text going like, "Why would you leave me with this?" And the door closes. So you're down in the hangar bay. Kovo and Farah have dragged you behind a crate, and they put their finger to their lips, and they point it out as the door is now open. There is flames all throughout the village as you see bolts of green energy falling from the sky and destroying several huts. Vesk are running along, and you watch as there's you hear formated marching.
Oh no, we're too late. We need to stay in here. We need to repair the ship, but we have...
Well, we're going to find the ship eventually, crashed or not.
So do we need to get out? We can't get out. There's an army and we have children.
Oh yeah, they don't have the amygdaloids. Well,
What?
These little things, they're icons. We'll talk about it afterwards. Here,
We can't.
just don't let go of the friggin' thing. How sneaky are you?
I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. I would say that I'm about an 8.
Does that mean you have 4 rank? You have 8 ranks?
I have
of
8.
stealth?
I have an 8 stealth.
In that case, he looks at Farah and he nods, and Farah looks to you and just waves you with her roll a stealth check, please.
Okay. 18.
Okay, so you and her roll about the same. So you both run along the street behind garbage bins, and you see there's a couple of Vesk that are kind of like crawling through the street in the center of court, and as they get up to run, they're shot in the back and they fall down again. And you watch as the swarm soldiers begin marching through town square past you guys. You guys are kind of like off. You didn't land on a main street. You crashed into the military base like behind the village. So you've kind of come up through a narrow back alley. And you're looking and you see as all the soldiers march on past. And behind them, you've heard of these, but you've never seen them before. A behemoth, a hulking 10 to 11 foot tall, massive insectoid-like hive tyrant.
Okay.
And it's slowly walking behind them. I need you to roll a perception check.
Okay. 21.
21? You run into the swarm earlier, right? And you are aware of what they look like when they're brainwashed. And the hive tyrant's eyes are rolled back in its head, and it's just these whites that are peering on through. And when you look on behind it, there are 2 figures that do not look hive. One, very familiar. It is this floating drow woman as her hands are up, and she seems to be moving the army forward.
The swarm mother or whatever, right?
Yeah, the matriarch.
Matriarch.
You do recognize her. You fought her before.
Yeah.
Behind her is someone else you fought before, but they look older. You see this 8-foot tall Vesk take his dashko and slam it into the ground. And it is a very scarred up, older looking Xovak.
Thank you for listening to the finale of our first arc of Spacers. The next episode of Spacers will air Tuesday, April 14th. Until then, Tuesday, April 7th is the next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast, GM'd by Derek Snow. The game system used today was the Starfinder game system by Paizo. Music, sound effects, and ambient tracks in this episode licensed through Video Copilot, Triune Films, and Sirenscape. You can find all of Twisted Gears' podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow the Twisted Gear Studios Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, Elizabeth Wells, and Bailey Yarkey. Your audio operator tonight was Rob Pickey, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.